Hello everybody and welcome, it's VeDAN here, so glad that you can tune into another video. Today I'm going to show you how to kill Lych with 44 tiers, but most importantly without doing any stalling whatsoever, okay? So sadly they've enabled the middle path heli, and in particular downdraft, so stalling is going to be the meta, which is probably going to indicate that, you know, it'll be a sub 40 tier top 50, but maybe this can transfer nicely to an easy co-op game or something to get the top 50, okay, if you don't want to be spending a couple of hours stalling. So what you're going to do is on round one you're going to let all the bloons leak, and then you're going to place down your first banana farm. We're going to continue to let bloons leak until round 4, and then we're going to basically just defend with the dartling gunner until about round 15 or 16. In the meantime, your goal is you want to go and upgrade your farm to a marketplace, okay? We're going to rush getting a marketplace. So it was the player Feed Me Pie who gave me this strategy. It was actually pretty much his first run and he did this very easily. But in terms of doing a no stalling strat, I think this is actually pretty optimal, to be honest. I can't really see where you can shave off some tiers. I did try quite a bit, particularly for tier 1, but didn't manage to be successful. But maybe some of you guys can shave off a couple of tiers if you know what to do. Okay, so like I said, we're just going to literally keep defending with the dartling gunner until we can get marketplace. It should be a very easy thing to defend with. You know, you can basically just have the dartling gunner targeted at the start, but each now and then you may need to just go and move it, so disabled it off being completely locked. It doesn't matter if we lose a few lives as well, by the way. Like, you're allowed to leak a few lives. We're not being super strict. But tier 1 is by far the hardest, okay? So just be prepared that tier 1 may take a couple of tries, and then the rest is pretty much very, very easy. I suppose, though, with the fact that I'm hoping for future events they will ban the middle path heli, this will kind of give us a bit of an idea as to what you need to do when you can't do any stalling. Because I just don't think stalling should be like the optimal gameplay in a boss event. Like, you know, we're so used to doing the complete opposite of that, really. You want to anti-stall most of the time, unless you're doing like IMF farming, but we don't need to do that anymore. So I just find it a very odd mechanism where they want to kind of put stalling at the forefront of a run. So I'm not sure why they do that, but, you know, that's just what NK have chosen to do. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to just basically save up until we can get Obin. So during the end of round 16, you should be able to afford Obin. Now, my Dartling micro wasn't the best. Basically, we just don't want to lose loads of lives, but as long as you can keep a decent amount of lives, you're going to be fine, because luckily if you've got all monkey knowledge enabled, you should be able to generate a few lives from the marketplace itself. But luckily just managed to pick off all of them balloons there, and then let's go and place Obin just anywhere kind of in this middle big loop. This is a really nice little area for him to cover, and now life's easy. We can basically fast forward it now. Obin should smash it in conjunction with the dartling gunner. We can lock the dartling gunner in place if we want and just use his brambles ability. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get a 0-0-0 farm. Okay, this is a farm that's going to be sacrificed to a monkeyopolis. So basically the farming strategy is going to be an opolis in conjunction with a Wall Street. But it's very important here, okay? We need to get the opolis before round 40, or as close to before round 40 as you can, okay? If you don't, your eco will probably be a bit short to be able to afford the Paragon on time. So it's a bit tight. So that's why I thought it's best just to show the entire run in its full entirety, just so that you can copy this, because tier 1 is by far the hardest. But big shout out to Feed Me Pie, who managed to get this strategy very quickly. Okay, so what I did there is, after we've got a 0-0-0 farm, I think that's enough zeros, we go and place down a village, okay, and then we're going to get a flash bomb ninja just for a bit of extra defense if we need it. But the idea is that we're going to rush Monkeyopolis, okay? So this is our kind of farm that's going to be sacrificed to the Monkeyopolis. So we want to get Monkey Town, Monkey City, and then Monkeyopolis as soon as possible. We need it before 40, basically, as soon as we can. Now, on round 39, things can get a little bit overwhelming, but in terms of eco, you should be good. If you put down a heli as well, everything should work out still, okay? So it'll be very close, and you may have to buy a couple of things during the boss, but get a heli down to help defend 39 if you need to, and then get the Monkeyopolis, okay? So what I did was I got heli down on round 39. This is just a little bit of a different run, where I tried to save my lives a bit more, but it should continue well from what we were doing. And then during 40, I could buy Monkeyopolis immediately. And then this order that I'm going to do now is very important with what we need to upgrade, okay? So the first thing that we're going to do is you are going to upgrade the ninja to Sticky Bomb, okay? And make sure he is set on targeting on strong, okay? That's very important. The first thing that we need to do is get the ninja upgraded to Sticky Bomb. Now, I have changed the positioning a tiny bit from the previous rounds that I showed you on this run, but I don't think it should matter too much, okay? After you have got the ninja upgraded, then it's time to go and upgrade the heli. We want to get Mob Shove, and then we want to go and get the Comanche defense. But you can get quite a few camo bloons. So what I did was I got a 2-0-0 ninja down and set his targeting to camo just to try and preserve our lives a little bit. It was probably a bit premature when I did it here, but everything should be okay. Now I'm going to fast forward it a little bit, but I'm just going to show you the full scope of what needs to be done. So we upgrade the heli to Mob Shove, then we're going to upgrade him to Comanche defense, and basically you can keep pushing back all the annoying little leech soul spawns, and you should be able to do enough DPS to kill all the souls, but one of them is going to be very, very close, okay? So what you need to do is you need to basically have a bit of luck and a bit of perseverance. This may take 1 or 2 tries, or maybe a few more than 1 or 2 tries to nail it right. But basically what you need to do is you need to kill the souls as soon as you can so that you can get the Sticky Bomb targeting Leech itself. And you need to basically just get him killed as quick as you can, okay? So don't be kind of lazy here or take your eye off the ball. You need to be playing it quite actively. What you can also do in the meantime is you can go and get the other tier 4 ninjas down. So the top path and the middle path one, because their abilities will help. Now this soul here is very, very close, okay? So watch here, this basically last soul, it's going to basically be killed as soon as it's going to leave the screen. And also notice that I've got the 3 helis around the Comanche defense upgrade, okay? There's a bit of RNG involved there because you didn't have these 3 here. I don't think you'd be able to get enough DPS. So that's the hardest bit. It's a bit annoying, but obviously we're doing a no stalling strategy, so it's going to have a bit of difficulty to it, right? And then from here, you should be good. Now we can just go and put the helicopters straight over Lych itself to finish this last bar. And our eco will also be nice because we can upgrade the original marketplace to central market. And then now the goal is we need to rush Wall Street, okay? The earlier you get Wall Street, the better. But I cannot emphasize this enough. You need Opolis at the start of round 40 at the very latest. If you don't, and you buy defense first, you will lose a lot of cash, which will in turn mean that you'll be a bit short on the Ninja Gun, okay? I only have like 10k spare to buy the Ninja Gun on this run itself before our defense starts getting overwhelmed. So the earlier you get Monkeyopolis, the better. But obviously you can optimize how I did the little setup. I just interpreted it from Feed Me Pie, his strategy, but he obviously executed a lot nicer than me because his eco was way ahead. So now that tier 1 is done, we can go and upgrade to our Wall Street. And now we've got all the farms set up. Now we've got basically everything set up. All we need to do is get a Mad, then the tier 5 ninjas, then the Ninja Gun. So what I'd recommend doing is buy the Mad during tier 2. And then this is going to absolutely just shred tier 2, okay? You can play in fast speed here and everything should be good. It'll be a nice and easy, quick kill. Then from there, just start getting all the ninjas to tier 5. You should be able to do this in the early 70s, get them all sorted. And now it's a case of literally just saving. This setup here will annihilate tier 3. You'll have no issues whatsoever. And then it's a case of just praying you've got enough income to be able to get the Ninja Gun on time. But like I said, yeah, tier 1, by far the hardest strategy. Or hardest part of this strategy, sorry. Then the rest, you can put double speed and just relax a bit. So just have the perseverance with tier 1. But like I said, it won't be a top 50 guide, sadly, because it will be a stalling meta. But I think this kind of idea will transfer nicely to an easy co-op game where you're not going to be having to put, you know, downdraft at a particular point and just stall with economics or sniper for ages. Okay, so if you look here, you need 350,000 roughly. And then sell all the other towers, and then you can afford Ninja Gun. So as you can see, we're going to be very tight here. So what you can do is on 97, you should be able to sell everything, or earlier if your farming's been better. And then you should now just have enough for the Ninja Gun. So as you can see, we've got about 9k spare. And then it doesn't really matter what ninja you get to Ninja Gun, but I just went for the one that was, you know, nice and in the middle. And now we've done, okay? Now you can go full AFK and you have completed it. So it'll absolutely shred tier 4. And I think it's worth just paying that extra bit of money to go and get the ninja gun over a boomer gun, say. I so wish we could have a boat gun, though. That would have been the best. But obviously, NK probably knew that in advance. So they're like, right, we're just going to ban all middle path boats. And then all you need to do is tier 5. You should also not have any issues. It shouldn't be close at all. My ninja gun was only degree 7. And I didn't do any targeting micro, really. And it was absolutely fine. But if you look at the leaderboard, the top guys, their times are way longer than ours. And that's because they've been stalling. But in terms of no stalling, around 42 to 44 tiers seems to be what's good. So yeah, I hope this has helped. And, you know, if you're a casual player, this should be a bit nice to avoid doing all the stalling. And I'll see you guys very soon.